Policing in the 21st century is a relentless battle against violence, drugs, robbery, and organised crime. And it's not just our inner city cops who are in the firing line. Tonight on Brit Cops Frontline Crime, Devon and Cornwall specialist units take on vice.
How much is she charging you?
We didn't actually get to that.
Didn't agree a price?
No.
Addicts.
She's been injected, hasn't she? Well, she's just taken, it's quite clear, just injected some drugs, some heroin.
And the cruel sea.
When vehicles normally enter the water due to the weight of the engine, they end up on their roof.
It's 2 a.m. on Plymouth's Union Street, the centre for bars, booze and boisterousness. Tonight, the mix of crowds and cheap drinks means it's party time, but the city's cops are out in force in case there's an unwanted flare-up.
Ah! You fucking wig bastard! You understand what I said?
The man's got in a fight. Unfortunately, it was with a cop, so other police units in the area have been called in straight away.
Who are you?
PC Rob Byers and PC Anna Hunkin of Plymouth's Basic Command Unit have arrived as backup.
All right, what have we got?
Go with the fucking pillow! Who are you? Give me a fucking name!
PC Byers gets the lowdown from a club bouncer.
They reckon he's Polish. Basically on the Union Room doors over there, you see the police officer obviously trying to grab him.
Yeah.
And he's actually assaulted the police officer and kicked him to the ground. Because there was obviously a WPC, she couldn't do much herself.
Right, okay.
So I've come running over. By that time, the door staff had come off this door and grabbed him, tackled him to the ground. Okay. So he actually kicked the police officer and the police officer ended up on the floor.
Fucking English prick.
The officer wasn't seriously injured and the man's frustration gets worse. As he can no longer put the boot in, verbal abuse is his only line of attack.
I fucking never forget you! You fucking pig!
Abuse or no abuse, assaulting a police officer is a serious offence and the cops take charge of the situation.
Leave alone, do you fucking pig, you head!
Amazingly, the Polish man seems to think he's the one who's been wronged.
I know your mind rights! You're funk! You're fucks! I don't understand my rights! No! You understand my rights?
I understand.
No! Fucking say your name! What? Sit down, sit down! What is your fucking name?
And he's certainly not going quietly.
What is your fucking name? He said! Sit down, sit down.
Obviously, as you can hear, the gent's not very happy as he's kicking the back of the van. Plymouth's Specialist Tactical Policing Team, known as TPT, are an expert unit who work alongside the city's local police. Trained in public order, warrants and surveillance, tonight two of its team, Sergeant Dan Ivey and PC Steve Brooks, are on a special mission, Operation Glendale, an ongoing exercise to control prostitution and drugs on the city's back streets.
Apparently they use that taxi there, up on with no wheels, to do whatever in the back. So I think we'll probably let the beat manager know about that, who can come and get this company to get rid of it or put it somewhere where that can't happen.
Undercover surveillance teams are also part of the operation. And one of them has given Sergeant Ivey and PC Brooks a tip-off that a couple have just left a prime location for sex workers, the back of some shops.
We've got something going on down here. Yeah, 5584, we'll do a check on this male, bearing in mind what you just told us.
Sergeant Ivey checks out their story.
People don't know, we said being on
Really? Where have we just come from then?
Eh? We walked to the walkabout.
Oh, the clip
We
up.
was in the walkabout.
I was going to go see my mate Daniel, but he's not
down
in.
There.
Just sit down there a minute, yeah?
You push me
Sit
down.
down now, not fall down now, yeah?
It all seems perfectly innocent so far, but Sergeant Ivy wants to know what these two were doing in a place well known for prostitution.
What were you doing around the back of Bathwick Tyres?
Where? We was walking around there, he was waiting for me.
What were you doing around there?
He went for a wee.
Right, okay.
As the couple claim to have used the back of the shop as a toilet, Sergeant Ivy decides to fill them in on the neighbourhood.
This street is known for prostitution.
I'm not a prostitute.
There are a number of known prostitutes down there. I never assume anything. It would be wrong of me to assume that. What I'm trying to point out to you is the reason that we've stopped to speak with you is because this area is frequented by prostitutes, and with prostitutes comes misuse of drugs.
Right.
I'm going to look in your handbag, all right? And the reason for that is because the reason I've just tried to explain to you. Have you got anything sharp in there? Any needles?
No.
You stand up for us a minute.
As PC Brooks searches the man, Sergeant Ivy digs deeper into the couple's business, hoping to find something that'll either confirm their innocence or his suspicions that they're involved in prostitution.
How long have you been with him for?
I've been with him for about 4 weeks.
You ever used street drugs?
In the past, yeah.
Not at the moment?
No.
Heroin and crack cocaine are substances which can be hidden anywhere, even in the weirdest places. And an everyday piece of toilet paper raises PC Steve Brooks' suspicions.
What's in there?
Oh, it's nothing. It's where I ate when I did a shit. And then got me a bog paper and I'm carrying around.
Keep bog rolling your sock, do you?
Yeah, in case I need a plot.
You get the urge that often, do you?
Well, no, because when at my house, there's never no bog road, do you know what I mean?
Hey, on your pocket.
Sergeant Ivy is no stranger to tall stories and checks back with the undercover team.
Yeah, could you just describe to me the circumstances before we got there? She says that they're together, but I don't believe her. I think she's a Tom, but I just want to know the circumstances of her.
Tom is slang for prostitute, and Sergeant Ivy learns from the undercover unit that a mystery second man was involved who was seen to give the woman money, which means he was probably the customer and the man with the woman could be the pimp. This, the strange wad of toilet roll and Sergeant Ivy's gut instinct all suggest the woman is lying.
Okay, that's all. Thanks for your time, folks. I think you know what goes on around here.
Yeah, well, I won't be walking down this road again, I can assure you.
No idea.
Thank you.
Good night.
Sergeant Ivy has his own suspicions.
She had 40 quid in her bag in £10 notes.
Be about right.
And about 15 condoms.
There's nothing illegal in having 15 condoms, but such a number further flags up Sergeant Ivy's doubts, and he's determined to prove himself right.
She seemed to us to be quite surprised it was an area frequented by prostitutes, but I think that's a load of rubbish. Yeah, so what we'll do is just drive around the back and see what we can find, but I don't know if you saw, he had a load of tissue tucked in his sock, which he told us was in case he needed a poo. My policeman's instinct tells me that she is actually a prostitute and he is her pimp, but we couldn't prove it on this occasion. But that's certainly what the information would suggest.
The search for proof takes the cops back to the place where the couple were seen with another man, possibly a punter.
They wouldn't have climbed over there, would they?
Sergeant Ivy gets a result.
Oh, there you go, look. That's the condom she was using.
Okay, yeah.
He's obviously the pimp and he's bringing her around here, and that's why he's got the tissue, because he's probably being all gentlemanly and letting her use that to clean herself up a bit.
It's not enough to arrest the couple for that. The cops would need proof positive that the mysterious second man paid for sex. But it's more valuable intelligence for Sergeant Ivy and the team. Satisfied with his detective work, Sergeant Ivy radios back to base.
We've come to the informed conclusion that she is actually a new Tom. He is also a pimp. We found evidence around the back of Bathwick Tyres consisting of used condoms and condom packets that she had in her handbag, so it would appear that she's taking the clients around the back and he's looking out for her.
Coming up, hard drug crime. The dealers, The users...
It's just injected for the look of it. A lot of twitching and jerky movements.
And a dark duty below the surface for Devon and Cornwall's Marine unit.
Are you in a position to bag the body in the water, over?
15 metres under the water, the elite officers of Devon and Cornwall's underwater search unit are diving on a recovery mission. A van has been submerged and there might be people on board. Acting Sergeant Jason Williams is taking the lead.
When vehicles normally enter the water, due to the weight of the engine, they end up on their roof.
Inflatable bags have been attached to the car to give it more buoyancy, so it can be turned upright, and the team even have their own special jargon.
Hot, 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 hot.
When he wants compressed air being fed down the remote hose to the lifting bag, he'll say hot, hot.
Hot, hot.
When he wants it turned off, he'll say cold, cold. We use hot, hot and cold, cold rather than on or off, so there's no confusion. Here it comes. Be a little bit of air come out now because he's letting air out the bag.
Cold, cold. Cold, cold.
Visibility's not great, but with the right equipment, these marine experts can even work in the dark. They can dive to depths of 50 metres and are always at the ready to take on underwater searches, the retrieval of vehicles and the recovery of bodies. But this situation isn't for real, it's a training exercise. There are 17 similar police dive teams throughout the country, and drills like this keep them all ahead of the game for real situations. This training is well timed. Within hours of finishing, the unit are called to recover another vehicle. This time it's for real and there's a body.
There's believed to be a person in the car, therefore we've had a call back in to go and retrieve the body and retrieve the car.
Body bags as well, mate.
The team have to de-rig as they're going by road. It's an hour's journey, so PC Peter Goff calls ahead to the harbour master to pave the way.
Victor from Oscar Golf 3-4, we are in a position to continue not only with the recovery of a body, but also with the vehicle.
A civilian diver has already marked the area with a buoy where the car has sunk 8 metres below the surface. Other police are already at the scene, but no one seems to know exactly what happened.
Well, the witnesses initially think there's only one person in the vehicle and described the person as a female. We've since had witnesses from the far side of the water saying that there was 2 people in the water and there was a male person described approximately in his 40s in the driver's seat.
Although this is confusing, witness reports are often unreliable.
They couldn't say who was in the vehicle or if anybody, but they didn't see anybody come out, and they said when the car hit the water, it sank very quickly. We would have noticed if there was somebody in the water swimming away or something, we would have noticed it.
Right.
And they didn't. And the person who did see it is the pink and white building over there.
Right now, the whole incident is a mystery, and the Marine unit need to get on with the dive quickly to recover any bodies which could be trapped in the car.
Yeah, we're just leaving the nick now.
TPT, Plymouth's tactical policing team, also have special skills, one of which is rapid entry, and they're about to put their force behind a drugs warrant.
Basically, when we get to the address, we'll force entry, and then we'll search and obviously looking for amphet and cocaine today.
Amphetamines and cocaine are Class A drugs, and anyone caught in possession could be looking at a 7-year prison stretch, while dealers could face life.
Ready?
The cops have had a strong tip-off that drugs are in the house, and they're confident that they're not going to come away empty-handed.
Please, stand down! Get down!
Another level of
Right, mate. Put your hands out front. Right, we're conducting a misuse of drugs act warrant at this address.
Knocked on the door with a lecture in.
Yeah, but it's a drugs warrant, so we don't do knocking on doors. We're looking for drugs, people chuck it away and everything. All right?
The metal enforcer is a top piece of kit which can help police break and enter in seconds. It also keeps local locksmiths busy. 4 suspects have been found inside.
We've got 2 adults in there, a male and a female, and 2 juveniles, another male and a female. So basically what we will be doing now is going back into the address and carrying out a search of the premises.
And that involves the dog unit. Springer Spaniel Bella is on the case in the suspect's car. No stone is left unturned. Every room in the house will be systematically searched, and the cops are in for the long haul.
It's going to be a nightmare of a search as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to take quite a while.
Drug crime is a very serious business. Plymouth's cops are used to confronting both the dealers and the end users, and a situation like this is typical of the trade.
Who's that? No. Face down, is she?
Yeah.
A woman is convulsing after a bad hit, and PC's Matt Mann and Mandy Worthing of the city's Basic Command Unit are about to take action.
What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her?
What's her name?
Is that putting that around her arm, yeah? She's obviously been injected, hasn't she? What's she just taken? Same as you? Was it a bag of heroin?
PC Man knows shooting up heroin gives a quick rush to the system, and although the woman is beginning to come round, he has to be sure she hasn't taken too much and has called an ambulance.
Basically, whilst we've been on patrol, we've come through the local bus station in Plymouth. Saw a female face down on one of the walls in quite a strange position. On speaking to her and her friend, it's quite clear they've just injected some drugs, some heroin. One of them had a belt round her arm as well, which they used to restrict the blood flow. An ambulance can just check you out in a second, all right? Make sure you're okay.
While they wait for medical help, the woman's friend is frisked. 2 syringes and other drug paraphernalia are found, but she hasn't got any more drugs. The ambulance has arrived quickly at the scene, and one of the paramedics gets the facts from PC Man.
Basically, we've turned up and she's been face down there with a belt round her arm. She's just injected by the look of it. When we turned up, she was unconscious, but she's come round a little bit since.
Right.
A lot of twitching and jerky movements.
Right.
So you can give us a check over for us just to see if there's...
Sure.
Many Class A drugs are cut with other toxic substances, and abuse of them can result in coma or death. This time, the user's been lucky.
Got an ambulance to check her out and make sure there's nothing untoward going on, apart from the effects of the heroin, really.
Although the cops can't stop users taking drugs, they offer some wise words.
Thank you for your time. Just be careful what you're taking, all right?
Cheers for coming.
At the alleged drugs den, the car searchers found nothing, but the sniffer dogs in the house have a result.
Yeah. Okay.
The dog's, first we've gone into the first room on the right, which is the kitchen. And the dog's done a quick scan of the kitchen. He's then worked his way around to the left of the door, to the back of the freezer, beside the freezer, where he's indicated a safe, approximately 14 inches by 12 inches. We found the keys, and the safe has been opened, and it's found to contain what appears to be a large amount of controlled drugs. So it's a good little find by the dog, although because of the amount, for him it was probably an easier one than some others he's had.
The police have uncovered a massive hoard.
This is what was located within the safe. We've got in total it's 15.5, including these half, 9 bars of cannabis, which is probably about £4,000 worth street value. In there you've got several Ziploc small bags, obviously be cut up into small deals, you can assume. Like a yellow powder there, and then a larger one there, which is believed to be amphetamine. And then within the ice cream tub, again, it's a more white powder, which is believed to be amphetamine, and then a smaller bag at the bottom.
Drugs aren't all that's found. 5 grand in Reddies is discovered upstairs. It's been a first-class drug warrant for TPT, with 2 arrests for possession and intent to supply. Now it's up to the judge. The light is fading and the marine unit at the harbour are getting ready to search the sunken car. They think they're diving for the driver's body, but witness reports are unreliable and there could have been passengers.
Well, we'll stick with what we got at the minute. We'll do the body first. Okay. Get the person out first.
Acting Sergeant Jason Williams dives first and makes a worrying discovery: child seats.
Yes, copied. Jace, can you confirm, please, location of child seat, and were they secured or floating?
Now the police fear the worst, as children could be involved. One of the car doors was open and bodies could have floated out to sea. But right now, they have to recover the driver's body.
Will you be able to bag him in the water? Are you in a position to bag the body in the water, over?
Yeah, we should be able to.
Yes, please, if possible. Yes, please, if possible, Jason.
To get the body back to shore and into the ambulance as soon as possible, the Marine unit's friends on the water, the lifeboat service, have been called in to speed things up.
Gonna get the RNLI crew. They can take the body, they'll hold the body on the side of their rib and take it round to the slipway, okay?
And now comes the grim task of removing the body, and the situation's made even worse as there could have been children in the car. PC Golf contacts control on his mobile.
There are inquiries going on elsewhere at home addresses because we had 2 child seats in the car, or booster seats I should say, which are floating around inside the car, and one of the doors on the passenger side was open. So we're holding fire because we might have to do another person search just underneath this concrete jetty here.
PC Golf soon learns that the driver's girlfriend has children, and officers are on their way to find out whether they're safe at home. It's a nerve-wracking wait.
They're going there as we speak, and once that's done, hopefully within the next 10-15 minutes, then if it's bottomed out, then we're off and come back and do the car. If not, then we've got a bit more of a search to do.
Within 15 minutes, PC Golf gets the all-important call.
You've been trying to phone me? Yeah. Okay. Stand down, stand down.
The all clear. The children are safely at home with Mum. Now the dive team can call it a night.
We'll be coming back tomorrow. Yes, please.
Thanks very much, lads. Appreciate that.
We're going to be returning tomorrow to recover the vehicle, seize it to make sure obviously there's no faults with it, and try and ascertain obviously the cause for the vehicle going in. Right.
Coming up, the traffic cops are on a stakeout for a suspicious car.
The informant suggested that if we park up here out of the way, it may well come back.
A foreign visitor gets to grips with the local lingo.
Please do not fucking jacket. Yeah? I'm going to give you a fucking back to my ship.
And PC Simon Boubia meets a fan.
You've been a nice guy tonight, man.
I am a nice guy.
It's 10 p.m. and a group of drunks are having a party on top of a van. Even quiet coastal towns like Dartmouth aren't immune to Saturday night disorder, and PC's Simon Boubia and Gary Chapman of the Tactical Aid Group are about to gatecrash the party.
Are we not allowed to do this? It's his van! It's his van! It's my work van, mate! We do what we want!
One of the drunks decides to leave the festivities and in the process lands on a neighbouring car.
Can you shut That's your fault.
So whose car's that?
It's my car.
The wing mirror is a write-off and PC Boubia doesn't think this is the man's car.
That's criminal damage there. That's criminal damage, that.
Criminal damage could land the man in jail for up to 6 months.
I saw it. No, I saw him. He fell off and he went right into it. Yeah, he tried to get off. He slipped down. He smacked right into it.
We don't want to arrest you, but that is an option, okay?
All right, okay. Well, I've given you. Oh, listen.
In situations like this, honesty really is the best policy.
Right, can I say one thing?
Go on.
The name I gave was wrong.
Right.
Can I give you my real name?
We need to start doing it that way, or else we're going to have problems. You start giving us false details, you're obstructing us, which isn't a arrestable offence.
That's all ended now.
Yeah?
I'm sorry, mate.
Don't ever do that again. Because you will find yourself arrested.
I'm sorry.
We're trying to deal with a situation, you giving us false details does not help.
PC Boobia's scare tactics have the desired effect. This drunken liar is suddenly contrite and compliant.
I didn't even mean that, you know. I actually
know.
slipped off. And...
Yeah, I know you didn't mean it, but it's reckless. We've got a unit going around to the home address of this chap here. We're going to see if he's in, all right? At the most, what we'll do, you're happy to pay, yeah?
No, yeah, of course, man.
Because if we weren't here, you would have walked off and you wouldn't have done anything about it. I know that for a fact.
I wouldn't have walked off. I would have waited and...
What? Right, I reckon you would have walked off. I'm not arguing about it.
Me.
Right, no, I don't know you, but you've given us false details already. Listen to me, if that was your car and you came back in the morning and that wing mirror was off, you wouldn't be too happy, would you?
No, of course not, mate. Yeah.
So we're trying to deal with it. We're trying to deal with it so it avoids people getting arrested.
I am sorry, though.
All right?
I am proper fucking sorry.
In Plymouth, another vehicle is about to become the centre of attention. Underage joyriders are allegedly tearing up the neighbourhood. PC Steve Chaplin and Sergeant Dave Routley of the city's traffic unit are about to follow up an anonymous call from a witness.
Caller for this one's called in, not told us where he is or even given us his name. He's just called in on a mobile, so we're going to try and give the mobile a call, see if we can get any more details. Hello there, my name's Steve Chaplin. I'm a traffic officer with Devon and Cornwall Police. I know you want to remain anonymous, obviously, with what you've just passed us. We've got an M-Reg Fiesta as all the details that we've got. Are you able to tell us a little bit more about this 13-year-old, who he is?
The mystery caller gives the cops the address where apparently 4 boy racers can be found, and it's likely the Fiesta is stolen.
Right. The informants told us basically that this vehicle's been to and fro from this address all evening, and he suggested that if we park up here out of the way, it may well come back.
A stakeout seems to be the best plan of action, so the cops begin to sit it out. In Dartmouth, PC Boobia is still dealing with the very sorry man who's just avoided a charge of criminal damage to a car. But he won't let the matter lie and is seeking forgiveness from the owner.
Can we not go and meet the guy?
Yeah, we're trying to.
You want to apologise?
I'm trying to find him.
PC Boobia is trying to clear things up as quickly as possible.
There's no point going around because he's in bed, he's got kiddies, so we're just going to pass your details. Yeah, cheers, Dave, thanks.
Yeah, you got my details.
Got your details. So we'll pass the details over to him, and then we'll get his details so you've got them. Yeah. You can both make contact in the morning.
As the drunk can't confess his sins in person, he still wants PC Boobia to know how sorry he really is.
You've been a nice guy tonight, man.
I am a nice guy.
I know you are, man.
I know.
I'm sorry, mate.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Save the night in the cells.
I'm sorry to ruin your night and waste.
Save me. I'm sorry. All right, guys. That's all right. That's all right. Just listen to what
these guys are diamond. These guys are diamond.
We'll leave you to it. He's quite happy to pay for the damage. So all parties are happy with that. I think they're going to give a call in the morning, and that'll be sorted sometime tomorrow.
Plymouth has the biggest naval base in Europe, and when foreign navies are in dock, Union Street is the magnet for shore leave. Tonight, a drunken Dutch sailor is about to experience the long arm of the British law with the tactical policing team.
I just need you to move away from the doorway.
For PC's Tim Derrick and the fittingly named Leon Beer, this is a common scenario. The man's had a run-in with some locals in a pub.
I was in there, and of course, in a busy place like this, when somebody gets pushed, other people get pushed, so I get the blame or anything.
They ejected you,
that's great,
which they can.
This is fucking
okay.
Great. If they just get the fucking jacket,
hey,
don't sweat.
Keep your language
just
down.
Don't sweat.
But the sailor wants to return to the bar for his jacket as it contains his naval ID.
They're going to give me a fucking jacket. Yeah? And I'll get give you fucking back to my ship. Yeah? And you get us all fucking back to your home. Yeah?
The sailor's command of the English language isn't doing him any favours.
I haven't sworn at you. I haven't sworn at you.
In our vicinity.
I've been swearing. Yeah?
In public, which is an offence.
This man's more concerned for his jacket than being arrested.
Can't find it? No problem. They'll come back tomorrow for it. Right, they can't find your jacket.
This is an argument which could run and run.
If it is not there, they're just fucking around.
Well, it's not there. You'll have to come back in the morning to get it.
If it is not there, you are just fucking around.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No,
Did you check?
I don't muck around.
Did you check?
No, and I'm not going to check.
No, you didn't check.
No,
Did you
I
not
have no
check?
intention.
Of course you did not check.
Come over here and we'll speak
Why
to
did
your
you not
colleagues
check?
over there. Come over here.
Speaking to your Navy colleagues now.
The cops have finally had enough, and shore leave for this sailor is cancelled as he's handed over to the naval police to get him back to his ship.
Right, have a seat in there, fella. Mind your head. We have a naval provost patrol who assist us with the military getting him back to base. They'll take him back to base now, get him onto his ship, and in the morning he can come back and find his jacket.
A few streets away, the tactical policing team are still patrolling the red light district for Operation Glendale. Sergeant Ivy and PC Brook have just got info from the undercover team that a white van man has picked up a known prostitute.
Passing the Brit, so they're just approaching our white transit van. Here we go, that's the one there.
The cops move fast to catch up with them.
Basically, the female in this van was seen by the officers last night and was warned, referenced prostitution, so we'll just see what the score is when we pull them over.
The woman's already got out the van, so Sergeant Ivy deals with the driver first.
Right. What's your connection with that young lady?
That young lady now, I've just been round the estate there and she asked for a job off the shop.
We've got a number of plainclothes officers doing some surveillance in the Mill Bay area of Plymouth. You've been subject of that surveillance.
Right.
So perhaps if I ask you the question again, and perhaps if you'd like to consider the implications of continuing to give me a false story, we might be able to proceed.
The man quickly weighs up the situation and comes clean.
Pick the young lady up and see if it's running business.
Right. How much is she charging you?
We didn't actually get to that.
Didn't agree a price?
No.
Right.
Tonight, the cops are concentrating on gathering intelligence, so the white van man gets a warning, but his details will be added to the local police database. Now, it's time for a chat with his hitchhiker.
She's going to get a precaution. Listen, we know what happened because you were seen by a police officer. Basically, you've told him to pick you up around the corner, and he's picked you up in King Street. Yeah? The problem that we've got with that is that it's a residential area. If you can just bear in mind that if you bring it into a residential area, then the police get a lot of calls, and then we give you more attention. Yeah, and we want to avoid that. All right.
Although the police can't control prostitution, they can control where it goes on. Now the woman has been told to leave the area, she puts in a cheeky request.
You take care of yourself, all right?
You couldn't give me a lift?
No.
See the side of the car, what's it got written on it? Not taxi, is it?
We can't.
No, we can't.
We can't give you a lift. We can't give you a lift, we're not insured. But you take it easy. You take it easy, all right?
For Sergeant Ivy and PC Brooks, there's still a long night ahead. At the stakeout across town, PC Steve Chaplin and Sergeant Dave Routley are still waiting for the Joyriders to make an appearance in the Fiesta. And it's not long before they pitch up.
Yeah, the vehicle's outside the address now.
The cops are ready to pounce.
Out the car. Out the car.
Wait.
Car.
I'm stuck in the steering wheel.
Yeah.
I haven't nicked it.
Right, rest of you stay in the car. Get back in the car. Get back in the car. You're under arrest at this stage on suspicion of taking vehicle without consent, all right? We've arrested the driver at the moment on suspicion of theft of the vehicle. I just want these four checked out to find out who they are and what they're doing. Has he said whose car it is yet?
Mum's.
It appears the mother of a friend of the underage driver has allowed him to use her car to go to the shops.
Just chatting to Mum.
Yeah.
She said that was a friend of her daughter's.
Yeah.
She'd given him permission to go out and get the case of beers to the auto shop, basically.
He's got permission
He's
to
got
drive
permission
it,
to drive the vehicle, yeah, but unless he's got any docs or whatever, but he's got permission from Mum to be in the vehicle.
Right.
So we basically they've had a party tonight in the house, and Mum said, go and get yourself some beers. You can take my car.
I'll go and speak to Mum, I think, and find out, actually what the score is.
It's up to PC Chaplin to get to the bottom of it all.
Hello there. Hi. Right. Is that your Fiesta out there then, is it?
It is, yes.
Right. Who's driving the car tonight?
He was supposed to be, because I assumed he had a driving licence.
Right.
The anonymous caller who reported the boys was convinced the driver was only 13. After a check on his details, he turns out to be 16, so he's still an underage driver.
Right, for us, it was very lucky that we were up around the corner waiting. We'd had a report about this car, so we sat up and waited for it. Luckily, we managed to box the car in before he could drive away. Bearing in mind he's only 16, he could have driven off and killed somebody. So fortunately, we've avoided that this evening.
Meanwhile, the mum is still getting a grilling from PC Chaplin.
Do you know how old is?
You told me he was 17 and I believed him.
He's actually only 16 years old.
No surprise there.
The 16-year-old could also be up for another charge.
Does have any insurance to drive your Fiesta?
I really thought so, no.
Now the owner of the car is an accomplice.
Do you realise by allowing to drive your vehicle you have committed 2 offences?
No, I don't, but you wouldn't tell me what they were.
Because is only 16, he cannot hold a licence to drive a car. He's committed an offence as well, driving without insurance. And then because you've allowed him to drive your vehicle, you commit the offence as well with him. So, and I've reported you for that. And it'll probably be a summons to court for that.
Sending the boys on an errand cost this mum dearly. And for the underage driver, the cops take him home to his own mum to face the music. Coming up, the Marine unit have to dive again at the harbour. And a possible case of indecent exposure for PC Anna Hunkin.
Well, half-naked guy, just wearing a t-shirt apparently. This could be entertaining.
It's high tide and 8 metres underwater. The car, which went mysteriously into the harbour, is about to be searched and recovered by the TAG Marine unit. There had been fears that children were passengers, but thankfully the driver was alone and his body was recovered last night. Now it's time to retrieve any evidence and get the car back onto dry land. PC Peter Goff is organising the operation.
First couple of divers in, we're going to do some filming. We have to see some property from inside, which is fine. Then we'll have a second pair of divers that will go in, and what they will do, they will attach a lifting bag.
Yesterday, the dive unit underwent a regular vehicle retrieval training exercise, so the lift should run smoothly. And the harbour master has a master plan.
All right, yeah, that makes life a lot easier for us. Right, lads. Slight change of plan. We might not have to bother using the lifting bags. Because it's a close proximity lift, it'll be an up and down, so the high ab will lift it slowly.
A crane on a barge will carry out the lift, but first the divers need to collect and photograph evidence.
Harry's going in and so is Pinky, so if we can get these two ready and get them in the water, time is money, all that sort of stuff.
Knowing there was a body in the car makes this a gloomy job. It's not pleasant down there, and the smashed windscreen indicates that the car must have entered the water at speed. Straps are handed down to secure the car, ready for it to be winched up.
It's sliding up.
The lift has to be taken slowly, as water trapped in the car could cause it to tilt and fall. But these guys are experts and all goes well. Although the divers are professionals, there's always something to learn.
It was just by chance that the day before we trained on the vehicle, and today it was a live job, and it's just great. You know, you can't have enough training basically.
No other bodies were found in the car, and the incident will be further investigated. For the TAG Marine Unit, it's another mission accomplished. Over in Plymouth's South Central District, PC Rob Byers and PC Anna Hunkin are on their own mission. A break-in could be going on, and they're hoping to catch the burglar red-handed.
A break in progress on Embankment Road. Some males have been seen trying to get into a house. We've got a lot of burglaries going on in the area at the moment, and it seems to be every single day. So it'd be good if we can try and catch the people responsible. This is another one just going on now.
As a seasoned cop, PC Byers knows how to handle a car to get to the scene of the crime as quickly and safely as possible. PC Hunkin is in radio contact with police control, and there seems to be a bit of confusion as to the address.
Which house is it? I thought it was a house.
The vehicle, Lee.
I thought it was a house.
I'll break on the vehicle, all right.
I took it as it was a house.
Still in touch with base, PC Hunkin has received an interesting update.
It's apparently the person that lives in the house, it's their child who's broken in because they've lost their key. So.
There may have been a lot of break-ins going on in the area, but there are no burglaries here. Immediately, the cops have to respond to another incident, a possible flasher walking the streets.
Well, half-naked guy, just wearing a t-shirt, apparently. This could be entertaining.
Other officers already on the scene were quick to cover the man up. But it turns out he's not a flasher, he's a diabetic and is confused as a result of a seizure.
You're hypo, are you?
Diabetic, type 1.
I did phone the ambulance.
Yeah, no trouble, mate, we'll sort you out.
We'll get you a sugary drink, chap, and then we're going to pop you in the car, all right? Save you, obviously, sitting here and everyone staring at you, all right?
A diabetic seizure is caused by either too much or too little blood sugar. To prevent a coma, it's vital to get glucose into the system as soon as possible, and a high-energy drink often does the trick.
Is that all right? I think that looks good. Yeah.
To protect his modesty, the cops take the man to their car while they wait for the ambulance to check him over.
Yeah, 30, just to update the log, the male has had a fit of some kind and can't understand why he's walking around half naked. Did he just say he woke up and he didn't know where he was or something?
Yeah.
Right. It's quite handy. One of our colleagues is actually diabetic, so he's given him a couple of glucose tablets just to get him sugared up, really. Got an ambulance towards just to check him out, and then hopefully we'll be able to drop him home once his memory starts coming back again.
It's all in a day's work for Devon and Cornwall's frontline cops.